Yeah, I get it now. I didn't before. I've only had a smartphone that I could watch YouTube and video. Yeah, I've only had one for like 3 years now. I got it early 2019. Yeah. But ever since then, I'm kind of addicted to it now. Yeah. I used to just read books that I'd get in thrift stores, but I have a book in my backpack, but I don't read it. I listen to audiobooks on my phone. But I get it now. I used to clown people. They'd have their YouTube and they'd subscribe and like and share and leave a comment. You know? I mean, I get it, man, because people think they're into something, or they're doing something, or they're about something, and they think that people might be interested, that it's got some artistic merit, what they're doing, or it's interesting to watch, or they've got something to say that's pertinent. And a lot of people, their motivation is just that, they don't want to go into that darkness without letting people know they've been here, they're raging at the dying of the light or whatever. I know I am. I get it. But like I said, I used to clown people because they, especially the ones where it obviously had something to say, but they're like tiptoeing around and beating around the bush, or just going, I can't really talk about this. It's like, come on, coward, say what's on your mind. Don't be scared. Well, I get it now, because this is hard work. Nothing about it's easy. You have to produce content, and then you got to do all the work to get it uploaded onto YouTube. And so I get it, man. Nobody wants to get, booted off the platform, and all their hard work went for nothing. That's another thing is I've been making these videos for a long time. It's almost like a crazy person walking around talking on their finger phone. That's not real. That's what I was doing, except it was a real camera and a real SD card, and it was on, and I was recording, pretending that I was a YouTuber, when I wasn't. I wasn't pretending. I wasn't telling people I had a YouTube channel when I didn't have it, because they go, "What's your channel?" But I was acting as if it was by the way of my activities, And it wasn't my idea. It was everybody else's, because people walk up and go, "Hey," when I was doing bicycle tours and stuff like that. Especially, they'd be like, "Wow, that's interesting. I'd like to do that." And people are interested in that. You should write a book, or I tell them some stories about. People are interested. People will come up and talk to me. So it's like, man, maybe they're right. Maybe I should get a camera and start doing this. That was a decade ago. The bottom line is, what I'm trying to say, is that I've made a bunch of these videos, and I'm kind of embarrassed. I sent a tranche of videos, SD cards to one sister that I have, and then another. But both of them, I'm like going, "Hey, help me do this YouTube channel thing. Just put them on YouTube for me." I'm embarrassed now, because I didn't know what I was asking them to do. Sorry. And I was halfway like, "Hey, Dad, I gave you those videos a year ago. You hadn't done it yet." Not that bad, but kind of. Now I realize what I was asking them to do. It's a lot of hard work. Yeah. And so I'm kind of explaining myself or whatever. I'm not validated on YouTube yet, so I'm limited on what I can do. So those videos, it's like, I can't make just a whole big movie and download it all at once. And I don't have the equipment for it, even if I was validated. It takes forever to transfer my files from my action camera that I used for the kayak videos. And then once I've got them transferred, I only have so much storage space on my Android. And if I use up too much of it, about 25 videos, and I've pretty much maxed out my storage on my Android. And if I pack that many on there till it's almost all packed, there's no more storage space on the SIM card or whatever it is, the chip, it slows the process down way down. It's just like, it goes really slow then. It takes like 15 minutes to get a video uploaded. More, 20. I worked my ass off. It took me 20 hours to get all those videos uploaded. And then there's all the typing for every one I had to type the title, the description, the tags, all that. A lot of work. I was up all night the first night, and then I slept for about 4 hours, and then set up all day doing it until like midnight. Finally got it done. And it ain't that hot, you know. There's a lot of things that are like kind of like, it seems kind of janky and you know, jittery. You know, it's like, where exactly is he and what he's doing? I had to leave a bunch of stuff out. First of all, I didn't know how to edit. I figured that out after I was almost done, how to edit stuff. But I was having to, like, sometimes I'll be recording and I'll have the radio on, and I know that I got to turn this radio off. But I heard that it's okay if it's not longer than about 30 seconds. So sometimes I intentionally had the radio just like for the scenery or whatever to make the video more interesting. And then I'd turn the radio off to keep from getting a strike, a copyright strike. I got a copyright strike. You know, and I deleted it instantly. I mean, as soon as I uploaded it, like 2 minutes later, copyright strike. I'm like, whoa, I deleted it. And then, so for the rest of the video, anytime there's any kind of radio playing, I just didn't put that video up. I finally figured out how to delete that part, because I was only a few times was the radio playing the whole time. And those I couldn't put up at all. Like in between, like the last place I camped and getting to New Madrid, I had the radio playing, and I knew it, but I would just like take a picture. I mean, I would film myself for about 20 seconds getting, you know, me on the kayak with the bluffs going by and stuff like that. And then I'd click off going, I'm not going to get a copyright strike because it was only 20 seconds. But the one they struck me on was only 20 seconds. So I'm like, oh. And then, of course, the whole time during the trip, I was over and over again talking about, what am I going to do with this kayak? Am I going to have to ditch it at a boat ramp and just like with a sign saying free kayak, try to sell it? Try to drag it hundreds of miles on the portage cart? Wasn't going to happen. I figured that out real quick when I first tried it. Just riding it into New Madrid. Get a storage space? I mean, just get a storage space. Dude, that's no care. Just because I had money, I have an ID and all that, but that doesn't mean anybody's going to rent me a storage space. You know how many times I go to motel rooms, there's not a car in the parking lot? I try to get a motel, they're like, no vacancies, because they take one look at me. So that was not guaranteed at all, that I'd get a storage space. But it's like, all I could show of me I did get a storage space, but all I could show is that little quick shot of 8 seconds to be inside the storage space, because I was doxing the storage facility. You could see exactly what storage space it was outside, because I went through a big rigmarole renting it, and outside I was so proud, you know, because I saved my kayak for another day. But I realized watching it, I can't show this. I'm doxing it. It shows the number of the storage space on the door. You can see obviously which facility did. Anybody going there, oh, I know where that's at, and I know exactly where the storage space is. And not that I'm that worried about losing the kayak per se, but I just don't want somebody going over there and breaking into the place. Not that there's enough people watching for that to be an issue, but what if? You know, I'm more worried about just causing trouble for the people that rented me the storage space, because I uploaded a video showing exactly where it was. And I'm going to say another thing too. I know I was crying like a baby doing that. All those videos, I was like, oh, you have to understand, Bike Jeff's Epic Kayak Expedition Video 1, I'd been on the river. That was the last SD card. I'd already been on the river for 45 days. I have all those other videos too. But I'd been on the river for 45 days, and I was at my wit's end. I was exhausted. I'd been starving. It's hard to go into town to get food. You could only carry so much. And so I could carry maybe 7 or 8 gallons of water and a little bit of tea and about 20 pounds of food. And I was using cans too a lot. I was swamping the boat with all the weight. But anyway, I was crying like a baby during every one of those videos. Oh, I'm tired of this, because I was tired of this, So sorry, it might be more compelling though. The first SD card, I was a top of the world king. Yeah, it couldn't be stopped. The second one, I was a little less enthusiastic. The third one, I was like showing a little, wear around the edges. The fourth one, I was just a wreck, and that was the fourth one. So, yeah, and I was in a motel room after I got the kayak put away, and I was all happier than a bum that had done an epic kayak trip and got it all on video and saved his kayak in a storage space. But I couldn't show that either because I was sitting there giving all kinds of game away. Towns where I'd hang out and family members live, and I went, I can't show that. I can't show that. But it's a learning process, and I'm only going to get better at it. So, sorry, but hopefully these videos will be better in the future.